I'm not a fan of the 90s or nostalgia, but this museum was incredible. Millennial nostalgia is officially old enough to be in museums. Feel old yet? Does anyone miss going to Blockbuster? It was definitely a vibe to have your friends or cousins spend the night and your parents took you to rent some movies or video games. I wish renting video games was still a thing. I don't want to drop $60 on a game I might not like. The Last Decade Before the Future is such a perfect title for this exhibit. I don't feel like the 90s was a time that previous decades looked forward to. Not like the 2000s and the technology that came from that. These absolute artifacts of phones. What was your first phone? The Nokia brick is classic. I hate the style of the 90s. It's not campy enough to be fun like the 80s, and it's not cool enough to be like the 2000s. It's so funny when people are like, millennials look so good for their age. And it's like, yeah, they got bullied for the slightest things as kids and teenagers, and now they have adult money to make sure they always look good. Millennials also didn't have the indoor cigarette culture and tanning oil of Gen X, and didn't have the anti-bullying campaigns of Gen Z. I feel like music in the 90s was pretty mid. Aside from like Nirvana and rap that blew up, I feel like the 90s was a transitional period. But that's super biased because I love emo of the 2000s and the punk of the 80s and 70s.
You've got mail.
They had this 90s living room set up. Brilliant idea. Even had some kids sitting on the floor playing N64, which I'm sure they were like, these graphics.
I've been hungry for affection, baby. Best believe that you got my attention, baby. Now I see you there.
I've lost count how many times we survived the world ending, including Y2K. Of course, the gift shop. A $35 Etch-a-Sketch and an $85 Furby. No gift shop in Colorado is complete without Blucifer. Where the Wild Things Are was one of my favorite books as a kid, and later, one of my favorite movies. I love creepy, I love monsters, I love themes about loneliness and mental health, and I love absurdity. Maurice Sendak's art has it all. I don't think I knew any of his other works beyond Where the Wild Things Are. I also didn't know that his art for children has been huge since the 50s. This is definitely his most famous work. I love the character Max and connected with him so much as a kid. I too would prefer to live on an island with monsters rather than with humans. I was so happy when the movie came out. It's been a long time since I've seen it, but I remember there not being any real plot, which made it feel kind of slow. But I love the aesthetic of the monsters. I'm a massive fan of The Labyrinth, The Dark Crystal, The Never-Ending Story, all the puppetry and absurdity of those films. And the soundtrack is f***ing fire. Karen O of the Yeah Yeah Yeahs is untouchable. The soundtrack is the perfect amount of depressive introspection. Maurice Sendak also apparently made other giant artful monstrosities. Now for the other side of the Denver Art Museum. This museum has like 7 floors of installations. It's an all-day event if you're ever in downtown Denver. They typically have a good mix of exhibits: cultural, kid-friendly, interactive, or historical. It's even a good spot to just take in the view and hang out. This is an architecture exhibit that has this interactive area where you're challenged to draw something functional in an aesthetic way based on random cards you draw. I got horns and a lamp. So I created a dead buffalo head that lights up the room. Because who wouldn't want that? Look, there's a reason I'm a writer and not an architect or an illustrator. People are encouraged to display their work. It was really fun looking at other people's creative ideas. Obviously, this one's the best. Here's a little piece of art for all the feet people out there. Check out my move from Los Angeles to Colorado in my other video, and give me a like or subscribe if you're vibing with my travels. I was hesitant to make a museum video because I wasn't sure if anyone would be into it. But I think I'm just going to stick with making videos that I enjoy, and hopefully they'll make their way to people who like them too.